Hello students. Today actually we will be starting our next session. Is it my screen is visible? Okay, fine. Okay, we are starting our session of GATE training sponsored by AICT Prerna program. Today we will be starting our next subject, that is design and analysis of algorithm. These are the topics we are having, like searching, sorting, hashing, asymptotic worst case time and space complexity. Asymptotic symbols we have already studied, and in detail we will study and we'll see, look into some of the gate questions also. And algorithm design techniques. So there the greedy, dynamic programming, divide and conquer, graph traversals algorithm, minimum spanning tree and shortest path algorithm. So we are starting with the last part, that is graph traversals. Actually, from the graph traversal part onwards, we were starting. So today we will discuss about minimum spanning trees and shortest path. So in minimum spanning tree, so this is the complete syllabus for design and analysis of algorithm. I think it is almost matching with VTU syllabus. And usually the mark distribution with respect to these three subjects will be 20% of the total marks. So these are some of the core subjects. C programming anyway, after normal C programming lab as well as data structure lab, you are almost in a manageable stage. So mainly the data structure and algorithm I am just discussing, because in the assumption that C programming is even you can manage. And when we are discussing about questions related to data structure, actually it will be related to C programming also. So that time even we can refer what is important. What is in today's my plan is we'll discuss about the theory behind these three things, like Prim's algorithm, Kruskal's algorithm, and Dijkstra's algorithm. Minimum spanning trees can be calculated through the Prim's algorithm and Kruskal's algorithm. So that part will be managed by the minimum spanning tree. And the second part, what I am planning to discuss is Dijkstra's algorithm. And so the complete theory and example will be discussing in today's section. And in tomorrow's section, and in the tomorrow next class section, actually we'll be discussing only problems related to these three things. So the previous year questions related to Prim's algorithm, Kruskal's algorithm, and Dijkstra's algorithm will be discussing in the next session. Today we will be studying about what is meant by minimum spanning tree, what is the how Prim's algorithm and Kruskal's algorithm will be finding the minimum spanning tree from a given graph, and Dijkstra's algorithm will be used for finding the shortest path, single source shortest path distance. So how it will be using, and even I have included one example also, so you can look into those things. And in the next class, so my preliminary things what is required is what is this all algorithms are doing, you should know. Based on that, problems will be coming, so we will be trying to solve in the next session. Okay, so we'll be moving into the topics one by one. Dear students, in this session, we will discuss about minimum spanning tree. There are two different algorithms for calculating minimum spanning tree. One is Kruskal's algorithm, second one is called Prim's algorithm. We will study both the algorithms in this module. In today's session, we will discuss about Kruskal's algorithm. So its intention is find out the minimum spanning tree of a given graph. So first of all, we should know what you mean by a minimum spanning tree. So minimum spanning tree of a given connected graph is a connected acyclic subgraph that contain all the vertices of a given graph. So spanning tree of a given graph. So input is for this algorithm minimum spanning tree is a given weighted graph. So it will be giving you an acyclic subgraph. The subgraph, but the subgraph should have all the vertices of the input graph or incoming graph. So that is what the minimum spanning tree will be doing. So what is spanning tree? Spanning tree means it is spanning tree of a given graph G is a acyclic subgraph. Even that subgraph will have all the vertices of the input graph. So next definition is what you mean by minimum spanning tree. Minimum spanning tree is for a given graph G, you may have n number of spanning trees. In that n number of spanning trees, the tree which will be having the smallest weight is called the minimum spanning tree. Next question is how can you calculate the weight of a tree? Weight of a tree is defined as the sum of weights of all its edges. So you add the all edge weight that will give the weight of that corresponding tree. Next one, the minimum spanning tree problem is a problem of finding the minimum spanning tree of a given weighted connected graph. So definitely this is calculating the minimum weighted spanning tree. For minimization as well as maximization problem, you can use greedy approach so that this minimum spanning tree problem also you can solve using greedy approach. In my last lecture, I was telling all the greedy approach you can use for all optimization problems that may be either a maximization or a minimization problem. So here also it is calculating the minimum spanning tree. So definitely I can go for greedy approach. So next we'll see one example which will give you a clear idea about what is this MST. So this is the given graph I am giving as the input graph. ABCD is the graph which will be having 4 vertices and 1, 2, 3, 4 edges. 4 vertices and 4 edges. So my definition of spanning tree is telling it should have, it is a subgraph and it should have all the vertices. So A, B, C, D has included, but it should not make a cycle. So I have included AB with weight 1 and AD with weight 2 and CD with weight 3. So 3 edges has added and this is not making a cycle and it has all the vertices. So this is one of the spanning tree. Next I have included 1, 5 and 3. This two I have neglected. So again I have all the vertices and it is not making a cycle. It is a connected acyclic graph. So again this is a spanning tree. And this will also make a spanning tree. A, B, C, D all vertices are there and all I have included 3 edges and which is not making a cycle. So for a spanning tree, how many edges will be there if the graph is having n vertices? So if this graph is having 4 vertices, so for the spanning tree, maximum 3 edges is possible. N minus 1 edges are possible. So if the graph is having n vertex or n vertices, then you may have, in the spanning tree, you may have only n minus 1 vertices. If n vertices means again, n minus 1 edges, If n edges means again it is making a cycle. Now I should out of these three, which is the minimum spanning tree. How can I calculate? I should calculate the weight of the tree. 1 plus 2 plus 3. 6 is the weight of this first spanning tree. 1 plus 5 plus 3, that is 9, is the weight of the second spanning tree. 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is 8, is the weight of the third spanning tree. In this case, which is the minimum one? First one is the minimum one. So this will make a minimum spanning tree. This is what my Kruskal's algorithm should find out. Out of this all possible spanning trees, which should be the minimum spanning tree. That is what my algorithm should find out. One more thing you should notice is, maybe for a given graph you may have multiple minimum spanning trees. So in this example, see, this value, this edge I have added with 8, with edge weight 8. In the second example, I have just neglected that edge, but I have added this edge. Even the total weight calculation of the minimum spanning tree may be same, but the edge I have included may be different. So multiple, it should not be, it may be unique, it may not be, it may not be unique. Sometimes you may have only one minimum spanning tree, but in some other case you may have multiple minimum spanning trees. Now we'll see what is meant by the Kruskal's algorithm. Very simple algorithm. Kruskal's and Prim's algorithm with example, algorithm and analysis you should study. Any one question definitely you will get from the third module. Only two questions I am telling you, Kruskal's and Prim's. Both you study, any one you will get. Even in your lab also you are implementing this Kruskal's algorithm. So Kruskal's algorithm construct a minimum spanning tree as an expanding a sequence of subgraphs which are acyclic. That is the definition of a minimum spanning tree. So these are the steps you should follow. First one, sort the graph edge in a non-decreasing order of their weight. So in the increasing order of edge weight, you should sort the edges. That is the first step you should do. Second step, then stating with the empty subgraph, starting with the empty subgraph, it scans and the sorted list adding to the next edge on the list to the current subgraph if such an inclusion does not create a cycle, and simply skipping the edge otherwise. So what it is doing is, it is just taking the first smallest edge and checking whether the current minimum spanning tree is making a cycle or not after the inclusion of this edge. Initially, the subgraph or the minimum spanning tree we will keep as empty. So the first smallest edge without any cross checking you can add. The next edge onwards, I will be checking whether when I am adding this smallest edge to the currently existing minimum spanning tree, whether it is making a cycle or not. If it is not making a cycle, I can include that edge. If it is making a cycle, I am just uh, leaving that, skipping that edge and processing with the next edge. So only two steps you are following. First is sort the graph edges based on the increasing order of their weight. Second one, start with an empty subgraph. You take the edges one by one from the sorted list. The smallest edge weight should come first. That order you are processing the edges. When you include that corresponding edge to the minimum spanning tree, If it makes a cycle, you just leave that edge and process with the next edge. If it is not making a cycle, you include that edge into the minimum spanning tree. We'll see an example. This is a graph you are having. So first thing, you should sort the edges. So this is the one you are, this is the graph you are having, and you are sorting the edges. You just see what all are the edges you are having. So these many edges you are having, DE1, DG2. So all the one, these are the one weight edge. So only one weighted edge is only DE, that is the first one. Second one is with weight 2. So DG is there, or DG or GD, whichever it is. Next 3, CF will be there, CD will be there, EG will be there, GH will be there. So like that, I have sorted all the edges present in the graph. That was my first step. Now I am processing one by one edges. So the first edge I have taken, that is DE. So can I add DE to the existing graph? I am starting the minimum spanning tree construction. So I am now only checking with respect to the red color. So D and E I have added. It is not making a cycle. So I just included that edge with a minimum weight. Next minimum weight I should process, that is DG. So I am taking DG. Whether DG will make a spanning, DG will make any problem. So DG also won't make a cycle. DG is also not making a cycle, and DE is also not making a cycle. So I included both the edges. Next is EG. E, this is E. Next is EG. Can I include EG? Can I include this edge? If I include this edge EG, then it is making a cycle. If I add next edge, that is EG, if this edge if I add, this is making a cycle like GED, that is a cycle, so I can't include that edge. I can't include that edge. So next one is CD. So I should include CD. So where is my CD? So this is my CD edge. So whether if I include the CD, whether it is making a cycle? No, it is not making a cycle. So I can include CD. I am checking only this red color one. If I include CD also, it is not making a cycle. So I can add it. Next is GH. GH is this edge. Is it making a cycle? No, I can add it. Next is CF. CF, this edge. Is it making a cycle? No, I can add it. Next is BC. BC, if I add, whether it is making a cycle? No, it is not making a cycle. I can add. Next is BE. BE. This edge, if I add BE, then BEDCB, this cycle will be created. BEDCB. So I can't add BE as the edge. Next is BF. Again I add BF, means I will be creating a cycle BFCB. That is also not possible. Next is BH. BH, if I add, it is making a cycle like BHGDCB. So it is making a cycle. Again, BH I can't add. Next is AH. AH, if I add, is it making a cycle? No, it is not making a cycle, so I have added H. In this case, you see all the vertices are included in my minimum spanning tree. All became red color. It means all became the part of the minimum spanning tree. How many edges are in red color? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So total 8 vertices are there and 7 edges are we are included in the minimum spanning tree. So that is my criteria. If n vertices are there, n minus 1 edges should present in the minimum spanning tree. So there is no need for processing the remaining edges. So I am just leaving the remaining edges. So what is the minimum cost of the spanning tree? I just add these values 5, 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 3. So the total weight I will be getting as 21. That is the minimum spanning. This is the thing you should do in the Kruskal's algorithm. We will see one more example. So this is next graph. This is the thing I am having. So first thing, definitely I should sort the edges based on the weight in the increasing order. So I just sorted the edges BC, EF, AB, BF, CF, AF, DF, AE, CD, DE, and based on the weight I have just arranged it. Now from the smallest one I am adding. So first is BC. I can add without any question. BC I have added. Next is EF. I should add EF. EF with weight 2. I can add. It is not making any problem. AB. Problem in the sense cycle AB. Next is AB. AB, if I add AB, is it make, I am just, in this case, I am checking only the red colored one. Red colored lines, whether the red colored lines are making cycle. That is what I am checking. Next is AB. AB, if I add, whether it is making a cycle. No, it won't make a cycle. So AB I can add. Next is BF. BF also I can add because it is not making a cycle. Next is CF. If I add CF, it is making a cycle because the cycle, if I add CF, it is making a cycle CFBC. So I can't add CF. I can't add CF. Next is AF. After CF, I can just check for AF. Whether I can add AF. AF also I can't add because it is again making a cycle like BAFB. So this is also not possible. Next is DF. DF can I add? DF I can add because it is not making a cycle. Now all the vertices are included. How many edges? This is added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 6 vertices are there and I have added 5 edges. So n vertices, n minus 1 edges, my criteria satisfied. So this is the minimum spanning tree. There is no need for checking the remaining edges. So this is what the final thing I have included. BC, EF, that is the minimum one. AB, this is added. BF, BF added. And the next is CF. CF will make a cycle. No, I didn't add. AF. AF will make a cycle. So I didn't add. DF. It is not making a cycle. So I added. Now all the vertices are added and n minus 1 edges are present in the spanning tree, so I can stop the processing. I should calculate what is the minimum spanning weight of the graph. 2, 1, 5, 4, 3. Summation of this will give you the weight of the minimum spanning tree. Now the algorithm part. Very simple algorithm. What is the input you should give for the Kruskal's algorithm? Kruskal's algorithm input is a weighted graph. So graph you can represent through any of the method like adjacency matrix or adjacency list. So graph in mathematically you can represent like a G is equal to V of E. V is a vertex set and E is the edge set. So what should be the output? The output is an edge set which will be ET. It is representing the edge set which should have all the edges which will be present in the minimum spanning tree. So that means the red colored one in my example. So the edges which will have marked as red color, that will be the output. So first itself you sort the edges in the original graph based on the edge weight in the increasing order. ET in the initial case it is pi null set. That means there is no edges were present. E counter is just a variable which will be telling you how many edges are added in the minimum spanning tree. So initially none of the edges were present in the minimum spanning tree. So E counter value will be 0. K is representing how many edges in the original graph you have processed. So K is just a variable. Both we have initially n E counter and K will be initialized as 0. While E counter less than modulus of V minus 1. E counter is what? E counter is number of vertex edges present in the minimum spanning tree. What is the maximum number of edges present in the minimum spanning tree? That is V minus 1. So V until E counter became V minus 1, you process this. What are the things you should process? K will be increasing to K plus 1. So what is K? K is the number of edges present in the original graph. So the first edge will be first minimum edge. You can see weight of EI1, EI2, EI3 like that. EI number of total edges. So first vertex, sorry, first minimum weighted edge will be taken and we will be checking. ET is what? The number of edges which is already present in the minimum spanning tree. That is the final output. ET union the currently selected edge, that is EIK. If both together is acyclic, then to the final ET you add the newly selected one. The newly selected edge is EIK, that along with the minimum spanning tree I have already calculated together is not making a cycle. In that case, you just add that new edge, that is EIK, to the resultant ET. ET is the edges present in the minimum spanning tree. And when you added the new edge, E counter value will be increasing to the next one. That means one more edge in the minimum spanning tree you have calculated, you have find out. So the E counter value will be just increasing. When you are coming out of the while loop, that means you have find out all the V minus 1 edges. So that time ET will be returned. It's a very simple algorithm. Input will be a weighted graph and output will be an ET, that is representing the number of the edges which are present in the minimum spanning tree. When you select the edges with minimum weight and when you are adding, this is union operation. So when you are adding the new edge with the already existing edge in the minimum spanning tree, if it is not making a cycle, you add it and just increase the counter value by 1. This is the algorithm. Now regarding the analysis part, The major operation is the only basic thing that while discussing about the lab program, the difficult part is how can you check that and what is the logic for checking whether the given graph has when you are adding a new edge, whether it is making a cycle or not. How can you calculate? For that, the union find algorithms will be using when we are explaining about the explaining our lab programs. That logic will discuss, but for theory purpose, it is not required in your textbook, so no need to study. So the analysis part, when we are discussing, the major time we are major time required for this algorithm, Kruskal's algorithm, is sorting the edges based on the edge weight. So sorting, what is the worst case complexity for the merge sort is n log n, where n is the number of elements. In this case, how many number of edges? That is the input you are giving to the sorting algorithm. So the order of modulus of E log V, log E. So n log n instead of n number of edges, that is E log E. That will give the time requirement or efficiency of this corresponding algorithm, Kruskal's algorithm. Okay, that's all about this Kruskal's algorithm. Kruskal's algorithm is very simple. First, you are sorting the edges based on the weight. Then you are adding the edges one by one to the minimum spanning tree. If that new edge is not making a cycle, you can just add that edge. If it is making a cycle, you just leave it and take the next step. This process should continue until you will be getting v minus 1 number of edges in the minimum spanning tree. And please make sure that you have included all the vertices in the minimum spanning tree. This is what the complete theory behind this Kruskal's algorithm. Now you will have one homework. I will share the solution. You can just see this. This is the question. Please try to solve by yourself without any help. Thank you. Dear students, in our last session, we have discussed about what you mean by minimum spanning tree and how can you construct a minimum spanning tree from a given graph using Kruskal's algorithm. In this session, we will be discussing how can you make a minimum spanning tree from a given graph using Prim's algorithm. Just going through the basic, what do you mean by minimum spanning tree of a given graph? It is a connected acyclic subgraph. It contains all the vertices of the graph. So features are it is acyclic and it is connected. It is a subgraph with all vertices. So a spanning tree is a connected acyclic subgraph which contain all vertices. Minimum spanning tree is the one which will have, for a given graph, you may have n number of spanning tree. Out of all the spanning trees, the spanning tree which will have the minimum weight is called a minimum spanning tree. In this problem, you want to calculate a minimum spanning tree. So the minimum weighted graph, minimum weighted spanning tree you have to calculate. So it is a minimization problem. So you can go for greedy approach. So even Prim's algorithm will also use the greedy approach. We will see how it will work. So this is the graph you are having. The graph is having 4 vertices and 1, 2, 3, 4 edges. So this is the graph I have given as the input. I should find out the minimum spanning tree. These are few possible minimum spanning trees. A, B, C, D. All the vertices I have included. These are 3 minimum spanning trees. Sorry, 3 spanning trees which can construct from this given graph. So spanning tree should have all the vertices. So all the 4 vertices are included, and it should have n minus 1 edges. So 3 edges it should have. It should not make a cycle. The properties of the spanning tree are it should have all vertices. Okay, that condition, all the 3 spanning trees are satisfying. Second condition is it should be connected. It is connected. All the 3 things are connected. Next is it should not make a cycle. Okay, first one is not having cycle, second one is not having cycle, third one is not having cycle. It is a subgraph of the original graph. So these 3 will be giving the spanning tree criteria, satisfying the spanning tree criteria. In that, the one which you have the minimum cost is the first one. So this is the minimum spanning tree. The first one is the minimum spanning tree. Out of these 3 spanning trees, the first one is the minimum spanning tree. Now we'll see the basics of a Prim's algorithm. Prim's algorithm takes a weighted, undirected, connected graph as the input, and it returns a minimum spanning tree as the output. So it is a tree. Tree is what? How it is differ from the graph? It should not have a cycle. So the minimum spanning tree is a tree. It works in a greedy manner. How it is working? The first step, you select any vertex from the given graph, because at the end in the minimum spanning tree you need all the vertices. So definitely you can start from any vertex. So I am starting with a specific vertex. Then after that what will happen? Thereafter each new step add the nearest vertex to the tree constructed so far. So first you select an arbitrary vertex that will be the first node of the tree. Then you see all the edges of that arbitrary vertex. In that, which one will give the minimum weight, that one will be added to the tree along with the other vertex. And this process will continue until there is no vertex is left over in the original tree. So in each step, you will be checking with respect to the arbitrary vertex, what all are the edges are connected, and in that which one is giving the minimum weight, that edge along with that the new vertex is added to the tree. We will see how this algorithm will work. So this is a very simple example. I have 4 vertices A, B, C, D and 4 edges. So in the first case, I have taken A as the starting vertex. I can start C, B, anything. So I was just started with A. I am seeing what all are the edges A has. A has 2 edges, A to B and A to D. In that, which is the minimum one? A to D is the minimum one with weight 1. So that will be acted as the part of the spanning tree first. So that I have marked as in a red color, you can see. So A, B is now the part of the spanning tree. Initially only A was not disabled. Remaining 3 are disabled. It means that these 3 vertices are not the part of the spanning tree. Now this edge, by using the AD edge, I have connected D also. So A and D are the part of the spanning tree. Now I will be seeing what all are the edges from A and D. A, I have this edge that is 2. And from D, I have 2 more edges, that is this edge and this edge. That is DB and CD. I am checking out of all these vertices, all these edges, that means AB, BD and CD, which is the smallest edge. I can either add this AB or I can add DB. Both are having two as the weight. And just adding this one DB, so that edge I have added. Now even B became an active vertex. It became the part of the spanning tree. Now my spanning tree is A, D, B. So there is no need for checking the connection between A and B, because A is also a part of the spanning tree, B is also a part of the spanning tree. I should check whether any vertex is available from B to any other vertex which is not visited in the spanning tree or not be the part of the spanning tree. B has only connection with A, which is already the part of the spanning tree, and D, which is already the part of the spanning tree. So there is no other edge. Now I have only one edge which is active, that is 3, that is CD with weight 3, and C is not the part of the spanning tree. So I should add CD. So I am adding CD as the part of the spanning tree. I have added CD as a new edge. Now all the vertices are active. All the vertices became the part of the spanning tree, and the spanning tree is A, B, D and C. A, B, D and C are the vertices, and it was connected through AD, DB and DC. That is the minimum spanning tree. We will see more formal examples which will give you the clear idea and how can you do it, that you will get to know from the next example. Okay. So this is the normal procedure you should follow for doing this problem. This is the graph you are having, and K is representing whether this node, you are having A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H are the nodes present in the graph. Total 8 vertices are present. K is representing that whether that is the part of the spanning tree or not. If it is the part of the spanning tree, I will fill that field with a true. In the beginning, none of the nodes are the part of the spanning tree, so all are filled with a false. F. F is representing false. DV is representing the distance. So in the beginning, all the vertices are infinite distance away. That is the assumption. And PV is representing the parent vertex. That we'll get to know through the example. What? So I can start from any vertex. I am just starting with the D. I am starting with the D. So D is a vertex. Start with any node. I can just starting with any node. I am just saying I am starting with a D. So I have changed it to T. It means that D is already the part of the spanning tree. And how much it will be away from the spanning tree? And D is my source vertex. I can just tell D is my source vertex. From the source, how much it is away? So it is 0 distance away. And D is not having any parent because I am starting from D. What is the next step? I should see what all are the edges which will be connecting D to the other vertices in the graph. I have vertex like CD, DG and DE and DF. So these are the vertices I have. So DC, C. C is the one I am connecting from where D. So D will act as the parent. So D will be the parent. It is connecting to C with a distance 3. Next, D is connecting to E with a distance 25. Next, D is connecting to F with a distance 80. D is connecting to G with a distance 2. In this case, these are the only 4 connections D has to the remaining vertices in the graph. Out of these 4, which is the smallest I should calculate? Which is the smallest one? This one is the smallest one. That means D has a connection to G with weight 2. That is the smallest one that I should add to the resultant one. So I am adding the DG to the resultant one, and I have marked it as true. So now D and G are the part of the spanning tree. Now from G I should see what all are the edges present. G to H I have edge. G to H I have edge with weight 3, and G to E I have edge with weight 7. So I should add those weights. So these are the two connections G has. So in this case, who will be the parent? G will be the parent, and G to E I have a connection with weight 7, and G to H I have a connection with weight 3. Now I should see out of all these things which is having the minimum weight and which is not the part of the spanning tree. This field if T means it is already the part of the spanning tree. Which is the minimum weight? 0 is the minimum but is already the part of the spanning tree. And 2 is the minimum that is already the part of the spanning tree. Other one is, next minimum is 3. Here also you are having 1, 3. Here also you are having any one you can select and you can add that. So in the next case, I am adding this C because that has the minimum weight 3, and I am adding that 3 to the resulting one. Now this is the minimum one. So I have included C also to the minimum spanning tree. So C is added to the minimum spanning tree. Next step is I should find out what all are the edges which will be starting from C. Which all are the edges will be starting from C? C, B, one edge is there, and next is C, F, I have one edge. C, B, what is the weight of the edge? That is 4. C, F, what is the weight of the edge? That is 3. So these are the edges I have. And in that, which is the minimum I should calculate? Which one will be the minimum? So 0, it's already there. 2 is already there. Then the minimum is this 3. And this 3. So I can select any of this, either C to F edge I can add, or I can add B to H. So I can take anything. It won't make any difference. So I am adding CF. C is the parent. CF is the edge I am adding. Now from F I should see, and I have added that edge and I marked it as true. Now even F is also became a part of the spanning tree. Now from F I should find out what is the minimum distance. What all are the edges it is connected. So what all are the edges F is connected? F is connected with F to A with weight 10 and F to E. F to E with weight 2. So these are the connections. Even F to C one connectivity is there, but even both F and C are the part of the spanning tree already. and even F to D connectivity is there, but both F and D are the part of the spanning tree, so I need not worry about it. I have only connections with F to A, F to B, F to E. These are the connections F has. F to B, if you are looking, the connection is telling that it is 7 way distance away. What is the minimum distance? Already find out. To B, B is 4 distance away from C. That path is already existing. So there is no need for updation. This is S7. Instead of that, if this is 1, you should update it. If this is 1, you should update it. But in this case, your value is 7 and the value already existing in table is 4. So there is no need for updation. But there is a path between F to E. So F to E, the path is existing with weight 2, and F to A, there is a path with weight 10. Now again I should see which is the minimum distance. 0, it's already part of the tree. 2, it's already part of the, this 2 will be the next minimum. So I can add the edge F to E, which is the edge F to E. This edge I can add to the resultant one. So I am adding F to G, that is the minimum one. Now from E, I should check is it any edge is present. E to B one edge is present. Remaining all connections from E is already the part of the spanning tree. But E to B weight is 10, but the value existing in the B's column is 4. So no need of any updation. Stable entries are unchanged in this state. Next is, again I should find out what is the minimum distance in this case. Which is the minimum distance? You can see 1 3 is existing here. Remaining all are the part of the spanning tree. So 3 is existing over here. So which edge is that? GH is the edge. So you can add GH to the resultant one. So GH has added with the weight 3. So this is the minimum edge I have find out in the table. So that was added. Now from H I should see which all are the edges present in the graph. H will have only 3 edges. The first one is H to B. That distance is 9. The already existing value is 4. No need to update. H to A, the distance is 4. The value existing is 10. So I should update. And the other one, H to G, that is both H and G are the part of the spanning tree already. So no need of considering that edge. So you will be getting updating the weight over here, the A value that is updated with 4 and parent became H. Now out of all these things, which is the thing both 4 value is existing, you can select any one. I'm selecting first HA that was added to the resultant one. Next is only one more edge is pending, that is one more vertex is pending, that is B. You can add the remaining one, that is C to B. C to B is the edge you should add with weight 4 that I am adding. Before that I should check whether from A any other edge is there. A to B one edge is there, but it has the weight 8, but the existing value is 4. So no need of updation. Next, last one, the one I should find out, that is this 4 only, that I can add, that is CB I have added. Now all vertices are the part of the spanning tree, and this is the spanning tree we have created. And add these weights that will be having the value 21, because in each column we have update, each row you have updated with a minimum weight. So the summation will give the minimum cost of this cost of the minimum spanning tree that you will get as a 21. I think now you got a clear idea about how can you work on a graph for getting the minimum spanning tree using Prim's algorithm. We will see one more example that will definitely clear your doubts. So this is the example taken from the textbook. So these six nodes are present and these are the graphs. So in the beginning, none of the nodes you have selected, all the vertices are not the part of the spanning tree. So all I have kept as in false. Then first arbitrarily you select a vertex. So I am just selecting the vertex A and selecting the vertex A. From A I have connections like A to B, A to F and A to E. I am just selecting A as the vertex. I am just selecting A as the vertex. So the edges are A to B, A to F, A to E. So A to B, A to E, A to F, and the weights has also updated. In that, which is the minimum one, you should find out which is the minimum one. This is the minimum one, 3. So that edge I have added. A to B, the edge has added with weight 3. A to H, the edge has added with weight 3. Now from B, I should see what all are the edges present. Now from B, the edges present are B to F, the edge is present. B to F, the weight was already present in the table was 5. That has updated with value 4. B to F value has updated to 4 and B will have another connection to C, that is B to C connection with 1. So this is 1. Now you see which is the minimum one. Which is the minimum one? These two are already the part of the spanning tree. The minimum one is B to C. B to C with weight 1 is the minimum one. So you add that corresponding edge. So you will be adding that corresponding edge and this is the one you will be getting. Now from C you should find out what all are the edges present. From C what all are the edges present? C to F you have connection, even C to D you have connection. C to B you have connection, but both B and C are the part of the spanning tree. So the connections to C is C to D you have a connection with 6. C to F you have a C to F you have a connection 4, but already F is having a connection from B with weight 4. If it is a smaller value, C to F with a weight 3, then you have to update. If it is the same value, no need to update. So which edge you should add? You will have this as 6, 6, 4, which is the minimum one. B to F is the minimum one that you with weight 4 that you can update. So B to F has added. So this will be the. Now from F you should see what all are the edges present. F to A will be there, F to E will be there, F to D will be there, and F to B will be there, C will be there, but these two are already the part of the spanning tree, no need to check. So you tell me, F to A, you will have a weight of F to A is already the part of the spanning tree. F to A, F and A are both the part of the spanning tree, so no need to check. Remaining is F to E and F to D. Only two things. What is the value from E? With respect to E, what is the value already existing? 6. So that should update by 2. Next is F to D. F to D, in the D column also you had value 6. That should also update. That should also update. So F to D has updated to 5 and F to E has updated to 2. Now, which one I should select? The one which will have the smallest weight. Which is having the smallest weight? Which is having the smallest weight? The smallest weight is having on FE. So that you will be adding. FE is the edge you have to add. So FE has added. Now from E I should check what all are the edges present. E to A is there, but E and A are the part of the spanning tree. No need for cross checking because both are the part of the spanning tree. Now next is E to D. E to D you are having the weight 8. What is with respect to D will be the value present in the column is 5. So no need of any updation. Okay. So again I should find out which is the minimum one. Which is the minimum one? That is E to F. E to F is the minimum one in this case that we have already added to the spanning tree. Now in this case, which is the minimum one you should find out, which is the minimum one? Only one is present, which is not the part of the spanning tree, that is D to F with weight 5, so that you can add to the final tree. So that was added to the final tree and this will be your final minimum spanning tree. So what we have done is, and now you add the distances of the minimum cost of the spanning tree, that you just add this column that will give 15 as the value. So what you have done, first you select any vertex arbitrarily, check all the edges which are outgoing from that corresponding vertex, which are connected to that vertex, find out which is the minimum one and add that vertex also to the part of the minimum tree. Now with respect to both this vertex, you see what all are the edges going to the remaining part of the graph. In that, which is the minimum one that you have to add. Next, so that was 3. So ABC had added. Now with respect to ABC, what all are the edges which will be connecting to remaining part of the graph will be checking. In that, which is the minimum one, that one will be adding. That is B to F. Now these four became the part of the spanning tree and it is checking with the remaining part of the graph, that is E and D, through which edge it will be connecting to the remaining part of the graph with minimum weight, that is F. With respect to A, I am checking, B, C, D, all I am checking how it is connecting to the remaining part of the graph. In that I find out F is connecting to E with a minimum weight 2. So I added E. Now this all 5 became the part of the spanning tree and D became outside the spanning tree. I am checking with respect to all these 5 vertices how it is connected to D with minimum cost. That is from F I find out the minimum cost was 5. So I have added FD. Okay, this is the Prim's algorithm will do. Now the algorithm's formal thing, this is what you have to write in the paper. Mainly the Prim's or Kruskal, both you have to study. Any one question definitely you will get. Algorithm, analysis and problem. 3 things you should study: algorithm, analysis, algorithm and analysis together 5 mark and problem will have 5 mark. So input is always a weighted graph. Graph mathematically you can represent like a ordered pair VE. V is a vertex set and E is an edge set. The output will be ET. ET is representing the edges which are present in the minimum spanning tree. In the beginning, you just start with any vertex v0. I'm just starting with v0. V0 is you may be any vertex. Edge set will be 0 and I is equal to 1 to v minus 1. That means that many number of edges, because you know that the spanning tree will have n minus 1 edges present, where n is the number of vertices present in the graph. Find the minimum weight edge E star. One edge is there that will be called as E star, that has two nodes V star and U star. This V star and no, because any edge you will be representing like AB, where A is your V star and B is your U star. Among all the edges UV is what? All the edges. In that it may be AB will be there, BC will be there, BD will be there, EF will be there. So all the edges is represented by an ordered pair VU. In that you select a specific edge that we have denoted like AB, that we have denoted as V star U star. What is the speciality of this? Such that V is in Vt and U is in V minus Vt. So what is meant by V is in Vt? V is the part of the spanning tree and U is the part of, is not the part of the spanning tree. V minus Vt is representing V difference Vt, the vertex which are not present in the spanning tree, that is V minus Vt. So in the beginning, I have arbitrarily selecting A. In that case, my V star is A. And what is there in U? Remaining all vertices are present in V minus Vt. Vt is having only one vertex A, and remaining all vertices will be there in the V minus Vt. So any edge which will be connecting A with any of these vertices, that you should select. And what is a special, that means now in this case three possibilities are there: AB, AF and AE. In that the minimum weight edge you select, that is your E star. That is the minimum weight edge is AB, that is your E star. So find a minimum weight edge E star, and then you, once you find out the other vertex, I solved this is V star and this is the U star. So U star you should add to the vertex set of the minimum spanning tree, and the edge you have find out with minimum weight, that is E star, you should add to edge set. That is the edge set of the final spanning tree. So the vertex you have find out U star is added to Vt, and the edge you have find out is added to the edge set. And this will be repeating n minus 1 time or modulus of V minus 1 time, and it is returning the Et. And regarding the complexity analysis, the way you have stored the data, based on that even complexity is also varying. If the graph you have to represent through two different ways, adjacency list or adjacency matrix you can represent. If the graph is represented to adjacency matrix, and also you should select the edge which will have the minimum weight. So you can use a priority queue for selecting the minimum weight. If the priority queue is implemented using array and the graph is represented through weighted matrix, the running time of the algorithm will be order of n square or modulus of v square. That means how many nodes will be there, its power of 2 or its square will be the complexity, because you have implemented it in a, how many times this will be repeating, v minus 1 time the operation is repeating, and every time you are deleting one vertex from the priority queue which will have the minimum weight. So insertion and deletion operation will take n order n, and this will be repeating n number of times. So total n into n, that is n square, or more, instead of n, you, n is representing number of vertices present in the graph. So this process will be repeating n times, and each time you are deleting the minimum weighted edge. So that will also take order n, and this outer loop will also take order n. So the process completely will take order n square, or order modulus of v square, where n is the number of vertices present in the graph. That is the first way. Second one, even you can represent the graph through adjacency list, and the priority queue you can implement using minimum heap. Minimum heap, what it is, we will study. So minimum heap means the root node will have the minimum weight. So every time it is deleting the minimum weighted root from the binary tree. So if the priority queue is implementing using minimum min heap, and the graph is representing through adjacency list, that time the heap will be uh, taking the time for insertion and deletion in order of log n, where n is the number of vertices in the graph, order of log n, and the edges are representing in adjacency list. So total E edges, it should maximum E edges it will have. So modulus of E, and the operation is performing in log n time. So, or log modulus of V time. So because here the edges will be storing, that is why adjacency list. So modulus of E, and the operation will take log n time, or log of modulus of V time. So that will be E log modulus of V. So two cases will be there. If the graph is representing through adjacency list, and the priority queue is representing through minimum heap, the complexity is E log V. If the graph is representing through adjacency matrix, and the queue is representing through array, in that case the order of B square. Okay, this is all about Prim's algorithm. So Prim's algorithm, what we have studied, you select any arbitrary vertex and you find out which is the minimum weight. So that will be the only the part of the minimum spanning tree. Remaining all are the not the part of the minimum spanning tree. Find out the minimum weight from this, and that edge you add. Now A and B are the part of the minimum spanning tree. With respect to A and B, which is the minimum edge which will be connecting to the remaining part of the graph you are checking, that edge you are adding. So ABC became the part of the spanning tree. Now with respect to ABC, you should check which is the edge which is connecting to the remaining part of the spanning tree with the minimum weight. That one will be added. This is all about Prim's algorithm. So you should study what is Prim's algorithm, this algorithm, and analysis two different cases, and the problem how can you solve. We will practice one more solve problem by in the assignment section. Thank you. Dear students, today we will discuss about a Dijkstra's shortest path algorithm. So, first of all, it is a shortest path algorithm. In a graph, mark a single node as source node and find the shortest path from the source to all other nodes in the graph. So Dijkstra's algorithm is used for this purpose. You are having a graph and you are having a source vertex. You should find out the shortest path from that source vertex to all other vertices in the graph. So what are the inputs you should give for the Dijkstra's algorithm? For Dijkstra's algorithm, you should give the graph, a weighted graph, and one source node. So from that source node, the distance to all other vertices in the graph will be calculating by the Dijkstra's algorithm. So that will be calculating the shortest path from the source to all other vertices. So it is finding the minimum path. So this is a minimization problem. So minimization problem can be solved using greedy method. So Dijkstra algorithm is also using greedy approach. So what is a greedy approach? In a greedy approach, the problem will be solving by step, and each step which is the best option that will be deciding, and based on that local decision we are proceeding, and we are in the assumptions that we will get the final optimal solution at the end. And this will work for directed as well as undirected weighted graph, but this will work only for positive weight. And we will study about Bellman-Ford algorithm in our next module that will manage the negative weight also. And the major principle behind this Dijkstra's algorithm is edge relaxation. And what is that we will see. This is what the edge relaxation means. You see, here you are having a source vertex that has marked as S, and it is connected to two vertices A and B. So my intention is, if I am applying Dijkstra's algorithm, what is the minimum distance between S to A and what is the minimum distance between S to B I should calculate. So D of A is representing the minimum distance between S and A, and D of B is representing the minimum distance between S and B. And in this graph, if you are looking, you can see one more edge between A and B. Between A and B. So in the beginning, if D of A, that is the distance between S to A, plus this weight, the connection between A and B, if that weight is adding, and that weight together, the summation is lesser than the already existing dB, the distance, there is a direct connection between S and B. If this value is lesser than this value, then D of B will be updated with the lesser value. We will see one example and then we'll get to know what is this. So S to A, the distance was 6. So D of A is having value 6. And S to B, the direct connection path was having the edge weight as 18. So D of B value is 18. But in the next iteration, you are find out one more path from S to B through A. So when is calculating, so D of A is having the value 6 and D of B is having the value 18. The condition is checking D of A plus W. W is the weight between A and B. If D of A, that is 6 plus W, that is 6 plus 4, that I will get the value 10. And what is D of B? The already existing D of B is 18. So 10 is lesser than 18. If this condition satisfies, means dB will be updated with dA plus W. So means dB will be updated to 10. So 18 has updated to 10. This is the major principle behind this Dijkstra's algorithm. So it will be checking if there is a direct path between source to the destination, then directly that will be calculating and checking for is it any other shorter path existing to that corresponding destination through some other nodes. If there is existing such a path, then the distance will be updated. And you can see what is this pi of b is equal to a. It means that the predecessor of b is a. Yes, b is getting through a. That is the mean. So there is a path between a and b. That is the meaning of this statement. Now we'll see how can you solve this. So the first step what you are doing is select what is the input you should give for the algorithm. The graph with all the weights in the on its edges and the vertices. Okay, so the graph, and one more thing you need to give, that is the source vertex. Who should be the source vertex? Who should be the source vertex who you should decide. So in this case, A is the source vertex, and I should, at the end, I should find out what is the minimum distance between A to B, A to C, A to D, A to E. This is what I should find out. So first, what is my assumption is, this is representing each row will be representing the distance. So in the beginning, I have the assumption that the source to source distance is 0. That is, from A to A, there is no distance. So that is 0. Remaining all are infinite distance away from the source. So I have marked everything with the infinity as the distance. In the next iteration, I am checking, is it any direct path from A to any other vertices? Yes, there are two edges which are outgoing from A that are having the value A to B and A to C with value 10 and 3. So I find out the initial value was infinity. I find out a shorter path between A to B with value 10 and A to C with value 3. So that I have updated in the table. Now in this row, I should find out which is the minimum distance. Which is the minimum distance? A to C, this is C, correct? No? A to C, one edge is present with weight 3. In this corresponding row, I am checking which is the minimum one. So that means in this row, in this row, you can see which is the minimum one. C is the minimum one. So A to C, you are having a minimum distance. So that is the next minimum, first minimum distance I have calculated from source. So I am marking that also as a shorter distance from A I have calculated in the first row. Second row I have calculated A to C, what is the minimum distance. Okay. Now what I should do is, from C, now A and C has added to the result. Distance to A I have calculated and A to C I have calculated. Now I should see from C vertex C, what all are the edges going out. Which all are the edges going out from C? There are three edges going out. One is C to B, C to D, C to E. Okay. So accordingly, I should update the weight. I should check whether any path from A to ACB or ACD or ACE will update its weight. So the initial weight was 10. Now if I am going through, initial weight of B was 10. Now if I am going to this path, what should be my weight? That is 3 plus 4, that is 7. So I have updated the weight of B to 7. Now I should see to D. D has the weight as infinity. Now if I can go through ACD, what should be my weight? 3 plus 8, that is 11. So I have updated D with 11. And if I am going to E with through C, then ACE, that is my path. So the weight is 3 plus 2, that is 5. So the weights as updated. I had only 3 edges from C. I was checking is it any path existing to what is the total weight of the path through these vertices. That is 3 plus 4 7, 3 plus 8 11, 3 plus 2 5. So the weights has updated. Now what I should do? I should find out in this row which is the minimum one. Which is the minimum weight? That is through A to E. So that is 5 is the minimum A. So that has updated. Now in the third step, I have find out the third vertex, which is the path to the A to A. I have calculated A to C. I have calculated in my second step, and in my third row, I have calculated what is the minimum distance to A to E. Now what I should do? From E, I should find out what are the weights to the other vertices. So means which is the vertex which will be connected to E. Which vertex is connected? D is connected. If I am going to, already I know what is the minimum distance to A to E. What is the minimum distance to A to E? That is my 5. Now 5 plus 9, that means 14. If I am going to through this path, what should be my weight? That should be 14. But what is the weight already existing in D? That is 11. If it is a smaller value, no need of updation. Because 5 plus 4, 14 is the weight I will be getting, but the already existing value is 11, that is minimum, so no need of updation. Now I should find out which is the shorter weight. Only one edge was there from E that I have processed, but I got a bigger value, so I didn't update the weight. Now I should see which is the smaller value in this row. Which is the smaller value? 7 is the smaller value. That means B I have calculated. So the minimum distance to B also I have included. Now from B I should see is it any edge to the other vertex, that is D. E to D. Sorry, B to D. One vertex edge is present. Reach from A to B. What is the minimum distance that I have calculated as 7? And then 7 to 7 plus 2, that is 9 will be the weight. So 11 has updated to 9. Now only one vertex is there, that should be the minimum one, and you can include D also to the final resultant one. So what is the overall thing you have done? Now you have calculated the minimum distance from A to A is 0, A to B is 7, A to C is 3, A to D is 9, A to E is 5. This is what you have calculated. Okay, so what you have done in the beginning, you initialized A as with a 0 distance. So because A was your source vertex, remaining all vertices were infinite distance away. And then you have find out what all are the edges going out from A and updates its weight and find out which is the minimum one. And again that one will be one path, one minimum distance you have calculated in the first in each row. So here you have calculate the distance to C, A to C, what is the minimum distance as calculated. So then from C, is it any path existing to other vertices? You should check. And if the weight is smaller value after adding the edge weight and the minimum distance of that corresponding vertex, then you are updating the weights of the other vertices. Okay. This is what the procedure you are following in Dijkstra's algorithm. We'll see one more example. I think you can see the vertices A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So total 8 vertices are there and edges are there. So in the beginning, I am assuming that A is my source vertex. That will also mention in your question, which should be the source vertex. So A is my source vertex. The beginning, as usual, my assumption is source to source distance is 0. Remaining all distances are infinity. So what will happen in the next one? I should check from A what all are the edges going out. This is an undirected one. The beginning first example was a directed one. So there is no need for checking the direction in this. So A to B, A to D, A to C, I have connection. So I should update the weight. A to B, I have the weight as 8. A to D, I have the weight 5. A to C, I have the weight 2. So I am updating those weights. And there is no connection with any other vertices. So there is no direct connection from A to any of the other vertices. So I have only connection to BDC. So that weight I have updated. Next, what I should see in this row, which is the minimum weight I should see, which is the minimum weight 2 is the minimum weight that is to connection to C. So C is the next one. So C is the connection, that is A to C. What is the minimum distance you are already calculated? Then what I should do, from C I should see what all are the edges present. From C what all are the edges present? C to D, C to E. That are the connections I have. C to A, one connection is there, but A is already the minimum distance you calculated, so no need for cross checking. Remaining vertices you should see C to D and C to E. Up to C, what is the minimum distance? That was 2. Now 2 plus 2, 4. So the distance to D is 4. That was in the beginning, it was 5. That you should update to 4. And C to E, this distance was 5. So C to E will be getting 5 plus 2, that is 7. E has the weight infinity, that will be updating to 7. So D has updated to 2 plus 2, 4, and E has updated to 5 plus 2, 7. Okay. Remaining, there is no connection with the remaining vertices, direct connection with C. So that we are not considering. In this step, which is the minimum one you should calculate, which is the minimum weight you are having, that is D is having the minimum weight 8, 4, 7. 4 is the minimum one, that is the connection to D. So that means you have calculated the minimum distance from A to D. Now from D, I should see what all are the connections I have. D to B connection is there, D to F, D to G, and D to E. These are the connections. So what is the minimum distance from A to D? That is 4. 4 plus 2, that is 6. B had weight 8. That should convert to, because the distance to D is 4, 4 and the edge weight is 2. So 4 plus 2, 6. So distance to B will update to 6. What was the distance to F? That was infinity. Now distance to D is 4. 4 plus 6, that is 10. So F will be updated to 10. And what about G? G has the distance, already existing value is infinity. But from source vertex A to D, what is the minimum distance? That is 4. 4 plus 3, 7. So G will update to 7. And what about E? E has the weight as 7, but D has the weight as 4. So 4 plus 4 plus 1, that is 5. So E will be updated to 5. So B will be updated to 6 and F will be updated to 10 and G will be updated to 7 and E will be updated to 5. Now in this step, which is the smallest one? Smallest one is 5. That means A to E you have calculated the minimum distance. So E is having the weight, minimum weight as 5. Now from E I should see what all are the wedges. Now I have calculated what is the minimum distance from A to C, A to D. Now which one? A to E. So A to E I got the value as 5. Now I have connection to G. That means E to G one edge is present. What was the initial value of G? That is 7. What is the minimum weight of E? E is having the minimum weight 5. 5 plus 1, 6. So G will be updated to 6. Only one connection is existing from E, that is from E to G. So G will be updated to 6. Remaining value will keep as it is. Okay? Now again we'll be checking which is the minimum weight. Which is the minimum weight? The minimum weight is two values are existing with a common uh, same value, that is B and G. You can take any one, that will be the first one will be selecting always. So the first one is B. So that was updated. That was taken as the minimum distance. That means A to B, the minimum distance is 6. That you have calculated. Now again from B, I should check what is the minimum distance. B has connection to which all are the vertices? B to F, B to D, B to A. But D and A, we have already calculated what is the minimum distance. Now from B to F, you have a connection. B up to B, you are having the minimum distance 6. 6 plus 13. 6 plus 6 plus 13. So that will be 19. But what is the minimum distance of F? That is 10. So no need of updation. If you are going through B to F, then it is 19 will be the value because A to B the distance was 6. Then 6 plus 13, 19 will be the value. So no need of updation for F because the value already existing is a smaller value. So that step is also over because B has only connections to F. A and D are already we calculated the minimum distance. Now again you should find out which is the smaller distance. So that in that step, which is the smaller one, G is the smaller one. So I have calculated the minimum distance to G as 6. G has connection to F and H. If I am going through G, then 6 plus 2, that is 8. So F will be update. Already existing value was 10. It should update to 8. Because up to G I have the distance 6. 6 plus 2, 8 will be the minimum distance. And this is H. So H was having the minimum distance as infinity. Now it will be updating because up to G I have the distance 6. 6 plus 6, 12. So F will be updating to 8 and H will be updating to 12. Now in that row which is the minimum one, F is the minimum one with weight 8. So that from F I should check what is the distance to the other vertex which is connected to F. F is connected to H and B, D, G are already processed. So no need of cross checking. Only we should cross check with H because it is not the Till now we didn't calculate the minimum distance to H. So F is having the distance 8 and 8 plus this weighted, so that is 3. 8 plus 3, that will give you the value 11. So you will be updating H with 11. So that will be the last node, and you have calculated that itself will be the minimum distance. So you have calculated the minimum distance to all the vertices. A to A 0, A to B 6, A to C 2, A to D 4, A to E 5, A to F 8, A to G 6, A to H 11. This is what your Dijkstra's algorithm will be working. Next, the algorithm will see. What is the input you will be giving for the Dijkstra's algorithm? A weighted graph and a source vertex. This is the input you are giving for the Dijkstra's algorithm. Second one, what should be the output? The output will be, you will be calculating the minimum distance. And also you can just mention through which node you have got the final result. Okay. Next step, what you are initializing the distance vector as well as the parent node and putting all the things in a queue. Initializing a queue for every vertex v in V. V is what? The original vertex set of the graph. All the vertices will, and distance to that all the vertices will be keeping as infinity, and parent node will be considering as, or the path through which it got the minimum distance as updated with a null. So insert q comma v comma dv means into the q v and dv is added. That is the mean. V is what? All the vertices in the vertex set and with the distance to that vertex. In the beginning, we initialize it as infinity. This is just the initialization part. Now, what is the next thing I am doing? I am changing the distance to the source vertex to 0. That is the part I should write. So source vertex, this is the source vertex I have given the input. It was mentioning even the algorithm is accepting G and S. G is the graph and S is the source vertex. So distance to the source vertex is 0 and decrease q comma s comma ds. It is just decrease function is just doing the update operation. That means S is the source vertex, that is the vertex name. So that will be updated with the ds value. Because in the beginning we have initialized the v for with dv, that is infinity distance for all vertices for every vertex. Now only for source vertex you are changing the distance to 0 and updating it in the queue. And vt is the till now which all are the vertex has processed that will be available in vt. Processed means through which all are the vertices you have calculated the minimum distance. In the beginning you kept it as null. Now for all the remaining vertices 0 to v minus 1, for all the vertices source to source vertex you have calculated, remaining n minus 1 v minus 1 vertices, you will be doing the operation. What is it doing? You are taking the minimum distance one. Delete min q, meaning from the queue, the one which is having the minimum distance, that node has taken out, that is u star. It was written as u star. And so the minimum distance to that node I have calculated. So that should include in my VT. So VT union U star. So in that, to the processed vertex list is represented by VT. So I have added the minimum selected vertex from the queue, that is u star, is adding because it is the minimum distance I have already calculated. And then what I should do? From u star to remaining vertices, I should check the mid distance. Is it any path existing from source to other vertices through u star? That is what I should check. For every vertex u in v minus vt. So what v minus vt means all other vertices that is represented by u. For all the vertices other than which is not processed till now, whichever vertices you are not processed, that can represented through u. V minus vt is v is all vertex set, vt is the processed vertex set. So remaining all vertices, what you should, that is adjacent to u star. One more condition is there, it should be adjacent to u star. It is checking the condition. What is the condition? Distance of u star plus u star to u, that edge weight, if it is lesser than the distance to u, that is till now you are not processed one, that is u, distance to u is lesser than this distance to u star plus weight of u star u, that edge weight, then you should update the distance to u with the smaller value. This is a smaller value. So distance of u star plus w u star u, that is the edge weight of u star and u. And you find out a path to u star, path to u through u star. So the predecessor node you can mark as, predecessor of u can be marked as u star. Now you have updated the weight of whom? The u, the vertex u has updated to du. That updation should reflect where? On the q. So that updation you can see, that updation can be included in the q. That updation can be included in the q. You can see decrease u, q u QU DU, that means you have find out the new distance to U that was added into the Q. And this process will be continuing for all the vertices. Okay. This is the algorithm. If you understood the example, the algorithm is really simple. Only the logic will be in the last part. Du star plus W u star u is lesser than du. That is it already we have explained about edge relaxation. That is the logic of this Dijkstra's algorithm. Regarding the analysis, it is similar to Prim's and Kruskal's algorithm based on what type of queue you are implementing and what type of graph representation you are using. The efficiency will also vary. If the graph is of weighted matrix and the queue you are implementing is using array, then it is theta of v square. How it is coming? In the graph, you are doing the operation v minus 1 time and deleting and inserting the element that will be happening. And if it is in an array, the maximum time requirement in the worst case will be of order of n, and order of n or order of modulus of v. N is representing the number of vertices. So that process, so the time for deletion as well as insertion is taking n time, and that process will be repeating v minus 1 time. So v, v minus 1 into v, inside that into v will be happening. So the theta of v square will be the complexity. The second case, if the graph is represented through adjacency list and the Q is implementing u min height, then the time complexity is modulus of E log V. Modulus of E log V. Okay. So the adjacency list it is representing. So edges will be the one. And for operations of min heap, it will be taking log v time. Okay. This is the end of the session. So we have discussed about Dijkstra's algorithm. It will be checking the minimum distance from a single source to all other vertices in the graph. That will be applicable for all directed as well as undirected graphs. And the basic principle is edge relaxation. You are finding a minimum distance to a particular vertex, and after that we will be checking is it any path existing from the source vertex to other vertices in the graph through this minimum uh, distance calculated vertex. That process will be continuing till you are calculating the minimum distance to all the vertices in the graph. Okay, thank you. In this case, you can see vertices are S, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, T. So source and the remaining vertices. So what I should do using Dijkstra's algorithm is I should find out what is the minimum distance from S to 2, S to 3, S to 4, S to 5, S to 6, S to 7 and S to T. So the minimum distance I should calculate from the source vertex to remaining all vertices. Okay. So first my assumption is source to source distance S to S distance is 0. Remaining distances will be infinity. That means 0 to S to 2, S to 3, S to 4, S to 5, S to 6, S to 7, S to T. The distances I have marked as infinity that you can see. That was my assumption. From source to source, the distance is 0. This is delete minimum. That will be 0. And the remaining all are infinity. That is the initialization part. Okay. And next one, I should check what all are the edges which will be outgoing from S. So the edges are S to 2, S to 6, S to 7. So the weights are also updating. From infinity, I am marking the distance as 9. From infinity S to 6, the distance will be changing from infinity to 14 because the edge weight is 14. And from S to 7, the distance will be updated to 50. Now I have calculated 3 edge weight or 3 distances, and I will be finding which is the minimum distance. Minimum distance is from S to 2, that is 9, because this is 15, this is 14 and 9. So 9 is the minimum distance. So I am calculating this 2 also, that minimum distance from S to 2 I have calculated in this step. So now in this case, 9 is the minimum distance. So 2 will also add it to the minimum distance list. Now I should check from 2 what all are the edges connecting to the other parts of the graph. So I have a connection from 2 to 3. So 2 was 9 and this was 24. So the total distance from 2 to 3 will be updated to 9 plus 24, that is 33. So infinity will be updated to 33, and that is the only connection to us. So again I will be checking which is the minimum key. That will be 15, 14 and 33. Which is the minimum key? 14 is the minimum key. So that will be the next element to be deleted. And next what I should do, from this 6 I should see what all are the edges outgoing from 6. So that is 6 to 7, 6 to 5, 6 to 3. That are the edges I have. So 14 plus 5, that will be 19, but the value already existing is 15, so no need of updation. Next is 14 plus 30. That is will be getting you 44. The value which is already present in in 5 is infinity, so it will be changing to 44, and 6 is added to the smallest one, and the distances will be checking whether it is updating or not. 14 and 18 will be checking, so it will be having the value 32, so 33 was updated to 32. Now I have the weights like 32, 44 and 15, which is the minimum one. 15 is the minimum one. That is 7 will be my next minimum value I should consider. So that will be added to the minimum list, and I should check the distances from S to 5 because 7 is connected 7 to 5, 7 is connected to 5 and 7 to T. So those distance whether it is updating or not, it will be checking. So even 7 is also added. So 15 to 20, that is 35. So the value which was already present in on 5 was 44, that will be updated to 35. And 7 uh, 7 to T, that distance will also be updating. 44 and 15 will be added, and that will be 59. The value which was present was infinity, so it will be updated to 59. Now the values present in the notes are 55, 59, 35 and 32. So which is the minimum value I should check? So for minimum distance set, now the minimum distance is 32. Now from 3 I should check is it any edge outgoing from 3. One edge is outgoing from 3, that is with weight 19, 3 to T. So 32 plus 19 will be added. That will be changing the weight which is present in T, that is from 59 to 51, that is 32 plus 19. Now which all are the edges I have? That from 3 I have only one edge, that is from 3 to T. So it is updated with the 51. Now the weights are 51, 34. So in that, which is the minimum I should check? So 34 is the minimum one. So that will also added to the minimum distance set. And I should check is it any path existing from 5 to other vertices. 5 to 4 one edge is present, and 5 to T one edge is present. So 5 to 4 will be added. So up to 5, what was the distance? It was 34. 34 plus 11. So 4 will be updated to 45. And 5 was taken to the minimum list and it was 45. And this was 34 plus 16. That will be updated to 50. So the weights of 4 as well as T is updated. 4 is updated from infinity to 45 and T is updated to 50. In this case, T is the, which one is the minimum weight I should check. So 4 has 45 and T has 50, which is the minimum. 4 is the minimum. So 45 has added to the minimum list, minimum distance list, and I will be checking is it any update to the weight of the T. So the 45 plus 6, that is 51, but the weight is already existing on T is 50, so no need of updation. And the minimum distance to T is updated with a 50. So that's all.